This episode is provided by Thomas Allgaier and Frennis, based on the most relevant LinkedIn posts about MarTech in calendar weeks 36 and 37. Frennis is a B2B market research company helping enterprises gain the market, customer, and competitive insights needed to drive growth and success. Welcome to the deep dive. Today, we're plunging right into the very latest MarTech trends, the ones really dominating conversations across LinkedIn in calendar weeks 36 and 37. We've sifted through, a mountain of posts and insights from industry leaders.
Yeah, quite a bit.
All to bring you the most impactful nuggets. Our mission really is to ensure you're not just informed, but genuinely well-prepared to navigate this, constantly evolving MarTech landscape.
That's right. Think of us as your guides, maybe. We're here to unpack what's truly shaping B2B marketing right now. So looking at everything from the big foundational shifts, the ones redefining how we think about our tech stacks, to the cutting-edge innovations changing daily operations. The goal is for you to walk away with actionable insights, things you can apply directly.
Helping connect the dots between all the noise.
Exactly.
Okay, let's get into it then. It's no surprise that AI is still a massive topic in MarTech, but like you said, the conversation, it feels like it's evolved beyond just the hype, right?
Oh, definitely.
What's genuinely standing out now? How are professionals talking about AI differently?
Well, it's truly fascinating here is generative AI it's definitively moved past that shiny new toy phase. It's now pretty central to critical functions like customer engagement, personalization at scale,
right,
predictive analytics. It's actually driving genuinely measurable value. But and this is important, there's a consistent warning we're seeing from industry leaders about, frankly, alarmingly high failure rates and rushed implementation.
Rushed being the key word there.
Absolutely. So the core dialogue emphasizes AI's transition, moving away from scattered pilot projects and becoming, a foundational core marketing strategy. And that's across the board, large enterprises and mid-market firms.
That's a crucial shift from experiment to essential. But okay, for someone listening, maybe leading a marketing team, how do they gauge if their AI initiatives are truly integrated? Like, are they core strategy, or are they maybe still stuck in pilot mode without realizing it?
Yeah, that's a great diagnostic question.
Yeah.
I'd say if your AI projects are siloed, if they need constant human hand-holding for basic tasks, or if they haven't visibly impacted a key business metric like conversion rates, customer retention in the last quarter.
Okay.
They're likely still in pilot mode. Core strategy integration means AI is, autonomously handling significant chunks of tasks. It's feeding directly into critical customer journeys, and its performance is tied right back to your overall business KPIs.
So it's moving from we're trying AI to AI is how we actually execute.
Precisely. That's the shift.
That makes perfect sense. And we're seeing this play out with actual new tools, real-world use cases. Charlie Oakham shared recently that Adobe has released AI agents specifically for marketing.
Yeah.
And big brands like Hershey, Lenovo, they're already using them. Yeah. And not just for analysis, but for orchestrating journeys, finding deeper insights. And Evelyn Watts from Tempo Software, she even built her own AI PMM assistant during a hackathon just to boost team efficiency.
That's a great example of real-world application.
Right. Solving specific problems.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Evelyn's PMM assistant, for instance, it tackles those mundane, repetitive tasks that just bog down product marketing managers. Things like, competitive analysis, initial content drafts, even summarizing customer feedback.
Frees them up for the bigger picture stuff.
Exactly. By automating those, the human PMM can focus on higher impact strategic work. And this aligns perfectly with L'Oreal Lynch made an excellent point about this. She said many legacy MarTech tools, they were built for a different era, right? Relying on human-centric UIs, rigid rules. As AI matures, technology will become more agent-centric. AI itself executes tasks directly.
So L'Oreal's insight about needing to rebuild stacks with AI-native tools, not just layering AI on top of this, sounds huge. I mean, like a monumental architectural decision. If you're an organization steeped in legacy systems, what's the first practical step? How do you even begin to scope that without feeling totally paralyzed?
Yeah, it can feel overwhelming.
Yeah.
But the initial step isn't ripping and replacing everything. It's probably more about conducting an AI readiness audit of your existing data and processes.
Oh, an audit.
Right. You need to identify which areas are most hampered by manual effort, by messy data, and where an AI native agent could deliver immediate, clear ROI. That helps prioritize where to even begin the transition. Because if you're just layering AI onto legacy systems,
you're paying twice.
You're likely paying twice, yeah. Once for the old system and again for the AI to kind of fight its inherent limitations. The real insight here, I think, is that the cost of doing nothing or doing it piecemeal is rapidly outpacing the cost of a strategic overhaul.
That's a really sharp observation, and Frenzra Immersma picked up on this too. He highlighted how AI is transforming marketing stacks from these fragmented tools into more composable ecosystems, shifting the focus from just the tech
to the actual customer experience, yeah.
Exactly. He quoted Stephen Shaw saying, "Software helps humans execute tasks. AI executes tasks on behalf of us." And this bit, "We're no longer plumbers, we're choreographers."
Wow. It's a powerful analogy, isn't it? As plumbers, marketers were responsible for the pipes, the connections, the flow, very hands-on with individual tools.
Right, fixing leaks.
Yeah. But as choreographers, we design the entire dance of the customer journey, from awareness all the way through advocacy. We're setting the rhythm, defining the steps, making sure every interaction is graceful, purposeful.
AI agents doing the actual moves.
Exactly. Imagination rather than manual limits becomes the constraint.
So it's not just AI adoption, it's integrated AI, designing the whole performance. Gabriel Marguglio from HubSpot, he stressed this at INBM D25. The future belongs to teams embedding AI across their entire tech stack, not just patching point solutions.
Right, not just sticking it on here and there.
And Alex Seabrook's data really hits this home, doesn't it? He pointed out 91% of marketers already use AI, which is huge.
Huge number.
But, and this is the kicker, 3/4 of them have less than 60% of their platforms connected.
Exactly. Alex's data truly underscores Gabriel's point. Lots of adoption, yes, but the lack of true integration means they're not fully embedding it. So the real question isn't just adoption, it's building that solid data foundation so AI can actually deliver value.
Otherwise,
like Greg Verdino noted, AI just shines a really bright light on all your existing organizational weaknesses. Messy data, broken processes, lack of alignment.
so it exposes the cracks.
It really does. If you're building a mansion on sand, AI won't save it. It just shows you exactly where the sand is. And, Scott Brinker also cautioned about that gap between theoretical AI capabilities and practical reliability. But he also highlighted how quickly that gap is closing. So vigilance, adaptability, those are key.
Okay, so if AI is pushing us to fundamentally rethink our architecture, that leads right into the core debate.
Yeah.
How do we build these architectures? Let's pivot now to the evolving MarTech stack itself, the consolidation versus composability question and managing those costs. What's the pulse on LinkedIn lately?
Well, Janto Sukul's post really resonated here. He brilliantly compared trying to be an expert on all, 10,000 plus MarTech tools?
It's an insane number.
To drinking from a fire hose that's also on fire.
Yeah.
The real skill, he argues, isn't mastering every single tool. It's understanding the foundational principles, how the pipes connect, being able to quickly learn and adapt new systems to make them actually work for the business.
Not just sit there as a line item.
Exactly. Not just existing on a budget line.
That fire hose analogy is so apt. I think many of us feel that overwhelm. So what does understanding foundations over mastering every tool really look like in practice for, say, a marketing leader making tech decisions?
It means focusing on things like data architecture, integration patterns, security governance principles, rather than getting bogged down in the tiny features of every individual tool.
Got it.
It's about asking, okay, how does this new tool integrate with my existing CDP? Or what's the actual data flow here? Instead of just, does it have this one specific feature? It shifts the conversation.
From vulner features to business capabilities, strategic alignment.
Spot on.
Okay. And speaking of costs, Jeff Kay brought up a critical point about hidden expenses in legacy marketing automation. He debunked those Oracle Eloqua end-of-life rumors.
Right, that caused a stir.
But he highlighted that even though the platform isn't going anywhere, the speculation points to a deeper truth. Many legacy stacks have these massive hidden costs beyond the sticker price. His analysis suggests moving to a modern platform could cut the 5-year total cost of ownership by over 40%.
That's huge. Over 40%.
It really is.
And it's not just the platform cost itself. Chintan Doshi shared how data point creep significantly drives up costs for CRM teams, especially with platforms like Braze.
Data point creep. Tell me more.
Yeah, so every extra event logged, every redundant attribute synced, maybe even the wrong data type, sent it all snowballs into these big invoices. And it leads to CRM teams fighting with finance instead of, building programs.
Ugh, yeah, been there.
Right. He strongly recommends auditing data schemas quarterly, syncing only records that change, and giving MarTech ops clear ownership of that governance. It really makes you ask, right? Are you tracking data just because you can or because it genuinely drives value? Is it helping your marketing or just inflating your bills?
That data point creep sounds insidious, like it silently bloats budgets until suddenly it's a crisis. How can someone listening even start to identify if they have this problem? What's a quick win?
I think the quickest win is probably asking your finance team for a detailed breakdown of your MarTech spend, especially those usage-based platforms. Then cross-reference that with your analytics team. See which of those tracked data points are actually being used.
For reporting, segmentation.
Exactly. For reporting, segmentation, personalization, you'll often find a huge gap. Just a simple audit, even for 1 month, can reveal significant waste and give you immediate clarity on what data truly matters.
That's practical advice. So, okay, what does this all mean for building our stacks? Platforms versus point solutions. Phil Gamache moderated a really interesting debate on this between Jonathan Kazarian and himself.
Yes, I saw that.
Jonathan argued point solutions often lead to shiny object syndrome, right? Distracting from what matters. Phil's take was more nuanced. If your marketing is kind of vanilla, all-in-ones are fine, but strong marketing ops teams, they need point solutions for custom use cases to remove those constraints blocking revenue.
Yeah, the nuance there is key. An all-in-one offers simplicity, fewer initial integration headaches, great for straightforward needs.
Sure.
But as soon as you have unique customer journeys, specialized data needs, or you need that bleeding-edge capability in one specific area, the constraints of a single platform can become, well, suffocating pretty quickly. Point solutions, yes, more integration effort, but they offer that crucial flexibility.
Then Roel Cook chimed in, highlighting consolidation as this often overlooked force. He said, look, while composable offers flexibility, for many orgs, especially those not at enterprise scale or with limited resources, the downsides often outweigh the benefits.
What downsides specifically?
Complex integrations, fragmented data, heavy reliance on specialized developers. He argues consolidation, building a solid foundation with one platform for CMS, marketing, data that often delivers more speed, less complexity, and higher returns, without necessarily sacrificing innovation.
That's a very strong case for consolidation, especially for mid-market and smaller organizations. But what about the counter-argument? Doesn't consolidation risk vendor lock-in? What if that single platform doesn't evolve fast enough? Couldn't that leave you technologically stranded?
Right. That is the critical tension point, isn't it? It really boils down to your risk tolerance, your strategic foresight. And actually, Damigal warned about this. He said composable stacks are sold as freedom, but they can actually make existing problems worse.
How so?
Well, marketers already underutilize 30–50% of their tools, often because of integration barriers. Multiplying those integrations with composable CDPs, that doesn't fix it, it compounds it. He really stresses you must have the team, the resources, the governance, the operational skills to manage that complexity. Otherwise, you're just adding friction.
He's absolutely right. The promise of composability is powerful, sure, but the reality for many is they lack the internal infrastructure, the expertise to truly harness it. And on the topic of platforms, specifically CDPs, Apoorv Durga addressed that whole CDPs are dead misconception.
Oh yeah, that pops up now and then.
He explained the narrative often comes from vendors and that different flavors of CDPs exist to solve different problems. It's not monolithic. And Matthew Niederberger added something crucial here. Most RFPs for CDPs are often wired before they even begin.
Wired, meaning biased.
Yeah, biased due to agencies with incentives or maybe vendors pushing beta features. He emphasized the critical need for independence when choosing a CDP to ensure it's truly suitable for your business needs.
Okay, Matthew Niederberger's warning about wired RFPs, that's critical for anyone evaluating CDPs right now. How can you, the listener, ensure true independence and suitability? How do you navigate that complex, potentially biased process?
I think the best approach is to start with a crystal clear definition of your specific business problems that a CDP needs to solve. Forget features for a minute. Involve various internal stakeholders, marketing, sales, customer service, IT. Define those needs before you even look at vendors.
Get internal alignment first.
Exactly. And avoid relying solely on agencies that have preferred vendor partnerships. Maybe consider bringing in independent consultants or set up really rigorous internal scoring that prioritizes your business needs over vendor hype or agency incentives. Reed Lappin, focusing on mid-market PE, also highlighted this need for a rigorous process. Audit first, centralized procurement, standardized baseline tools, ensure interoperability. Don't just add more tools, it's strategic simplification.
Those stack decisions are definitely crucial. But as we all know, even the best tools won't deliver without the right processes, the right people. So let's shift focus now from the what of MarTech to the how, specifically driving efficiency and strategic impact within marketing operations. What are the key takeaways from LinkedIn on this?
Vanessa Budash shared a really great insight here. She finds most marketing ops teams don't actually need a massive overhaul. Usually it's about 20% of targeted changes driving 80% of the efficiency gains.
The classic 80-20 rule.
Exactly. She points to practical stuff. Standardizing campaign workflows, automating repetitive reports, just clarifying tool ownership. It's about focusing on the right things first, not ripping and replacing everything, which, saves immense time, resources, helps you maximize what you already have.
That 80-20 rule is so powerful. Okay, for a team feeling overwhelmed by inefficiencies, where's the lowest hanging fruit? What's that 20% impact area they should look at first?
Oh, I'd say start with your campaign intake process. 9 times out of 10, it's a major bottleneck.
Yes, the brief.
Right. Simply standardizing the brief, making sure all necessary info is captured up front, defining clear approval steps that alone can eliminate countless back and forth emails, endless rework. It's a quick win, clarifies expectations, builds trust.
And that's where it gets really interesting, the practical application. Paul Stevenson reinforces this, stating emphatically, it's not the platform, it's the process.
Love that quote.
He's worked with teams who've spent millions on MarTech only to fail at simple hurdles, like no defined campaign intake or just half-baked briefs. He stressed, you literally cannot automate chaos. Even the best tools won't deliver without clarity, cadence, ownership in the process.
He's absolutely right. Trying to automate chaotic, undefined processes, it's like putting a rocket engine on a bicycle with square wheels and no steering.
Good one.
You just go faster in the wrong direction, right?
Yeah.
Amplifying the existing problems. You got to clean the pipes before you turn on the fire hose. And El Brunei echoed this for RevOps. She said, RevOps is not a race. It is the lever that decides whether growth holds or collapses.
Wow, powerful.
Yeah. She observed the strongest results she's seen, like 8x to 15x ROI in just a few months. They never came from hype or tools, not even AI. They came from fundamentals. Data that tells the truth, structure that doesn't bend, execution that repeats. It's about cleaning the pipeline, building a structure that actually holds and scales.
That emphasis on fundamentals, data that tells the truth, structure that doesn't bend, that really resonates. It sounds like she's advocating for a back-to-basics approach, but maybe using modern tools to underpin it rather than just chasing the next shiny object.
Precisely. The tools enable, but the underlying discipline is paramount. And this focus on fundamentals extends right into the data itself. Chris Knight made a compelling argument for analytics audits. He revealed that phrase, everything's working fine, is the most expensive sentence in digital marketing. He often finds GA4 collecting barely half of actual events, mismatched goals, scattered tags, leading to critical business decisions being made off messy, unreliable data. A proper audit, he argues, can truly change the game, unlocks hidden potential, prevents costly mistakes.
It really is about trust in your numbers. And Mike Rizzo highlighted what he sees as the real gap in marketing ops. It's not a lack of automation skills, he says, but expanding beyond the tools.
Interesting. Beyond the tools, how?
He argues the future of marketing ops is about being more like a GTM product manager, focusing on structured thinking, systems literacy, revenue intelligence, cross-functional awareness. He emphasizes if ops pros can't connect their work to actual financial logic, they'll stay labeled as tactical.
Not strategic partners.
Exactly.
That's a powerful reframe for marketing ops professionals. It sounds like a call to really elevate their strategic role. How does an ops team start to embody that GPM product manager mindset? What does that look like day to day?
Well, I think it starts by stepping out of the purely technical execution silo. A GTM product manager in ops would proactively identify cross-functional pain points, maybe between marketing and sales, or sales and customer success.
Okay.
They'd propose solutions that span those functions, and then crucially measure the impact not just on marketing metrics, but on actual pipeline and revenue. It's about being a problem solver for the whole commercial engine, not just a tool administrator.
And this ties in perfectly with Evan Kubitschek's warning about the foundational operations gap. He sees companies jumping straight to lead scoring.
Without defining what a good lead is.
Exactly. Without defining what makes someone qualified or what data points actually correlate with closed deals, they automate chaos instead of fixing the foundation, which leads to sales not trusting AQLs. We've all heard that story.
Oh, yes.
He stresses clean data standards, proper customer definitions, reliable attribution. That's the invisible infrastructure layer that he says 90% of companies are missing. You just can't build a skyscraper on quicksand.
Okay, so beyond the strategies and the ops nuts and bolts, we also saw some exciting news and recognition across the MarTech world recently. But let's look beyond just the headlines. What do these recognitions really signify about where the market's heading? What's proving successful?
Absolutely. Well, Rebit achieved multiple awards at the Economic Times Digital Plus and MarTech Plus Awards. Big wins for Best Ad Tech Platform, Best Customer Data Platform, Emerging MarTech Startup, Emerging Digital Agency, and Use of MarTech.
Wow, that's quite a sweep.
Yeah. Rajiv Dhingra noted this establishes them as India's first full-funnel AI agency. That's where MarTech, Ad Tech, and Agentic AI all merge together to drive, above par business results.
Okay, first full funnel AI agency. That's significant. What does that concept mean for, say, the traditional agency model? Or even for in-house teams trying to integrate their tech? What's the strategic takeaway?
I think it's a game changer. It signifies a real move away from siloed specialist agencies towards integrated solutions where AI agents aren't just tools, they're active participants in strategy and execution across the whole funnel.
So a warning for traditional agencies.
Definitely feels like one. Integrate AI deeply or risk becoming obsolete. And for in-house teams, it highlights the ultimate goal. That unified MarTech and AdTech stack powered by AI that can intelligently manage and optimize customer journeys end-to-end instead of just managing disparate vendors or point solutions.
Makes sense. Omnisend also secured recognition Best Overall Email Marketing Platform by MarTech Breakthrough. Chase Diamond, who uses them, highlighted they're built specifically for e-commerce.
Right, not generic marketing.
And they focus on features that really matter for that audience: pre-built flows, dynamic discount codes.
This really highlights the power of vertical specialization in MarTech, doesn't it? In such a crowded market, generic platforms, they struggle to meet every single need. Omnisend's success shows that deeply understanding a specific niche e-commerce, in this case, and tailoring features to its unique challenges that can lead to better results, better recognition. It suggests that for you, the listener, maybe seeking out specialized solutions for your industry could yield better ROI than trying to force a generic platform to fit.
Another strong validation for specialization. We also saw Expandy Group featured in the B2B Marketing 2025 MarTech Vendor Spotlight Report, recognized for helping businesses grow with impactful marketing tools. Rafael Apostolidi and Matt Gower shared that news.
Underscoring that value of solutions delivering measurable business growth.
Exactly. And finally, HubSpot. They continue to innovate at, a rapid pace. Ronan Wasserman announced custom reports for form submissions, apparently a much-requested update.
Oh, I bet. Better visibility into how forms drive pipeline.
Right, and John Dick detailed over 200 new products from iInbound, including a smart CRM with a new data hub to unify and clean data automatically using AI, and something called loop marketing.
Loop marketing. Intriguing.
Yeah.
What's the gist of that?
Yeah, so loop marketing is designed to create these continuous AI-driven feedback loops between marketing, sales, customer success, really connecting pipeline to growth.
Closing the loop.
Exactly, making sure insights from one stage immediately inform and optimize the next. HubSpot's sheer breadth of innovation here, especially that AI-powered data hub for cleaning data,
Right.
it really speaks to the market's urgent need for unified, intelligent customer data. That's the bedrock for everything in the AI era, it seems.
Yeah, the major players are definitely pushing forward, not just with features, but with whole new interconnected approaches. So what does all this really mean for you, the listener, trying to make sense of it all?
Well, the MarTech landscape, it's constantly evolving, clearly. AI isn't just a trend anymore, it's rapidly becoming foundational.
Operational excellence is absolutely paramount, and there's a clear, decisive move toward practical, ROI-focused MarTech adoption. The emphasis is squarely on connecting tech investments with actual, measurable business outcomes, not just, innovation for innovation's sake.
Indeed. From prioritizing that foundational understanding over mastering every single tool, to diligently auditing your analytics for real insights, and strategically consolidating your stack for efficiency. The call to action seems clear. Focus on strategic implementation, not just adopting the latest shiny tech because it's new. The real competitive edge, as we've heard again and again, seems to come from disciplined execution and a really clear understanding of your data. If you enjoyed this deep dive, new episodes drop every 2 weeks. And please do check out our other editions covering account-based marketing, field marketing, channel marketing, AI and B2B marketing, go-to-market, and social selling. Thank you so much for joining us on this deep dive into MarTech insights. We really hope you found these discussions insightful and valuable for your own strategic thinking and planning.
Absolutely. And as you reflect on your own MarTech stack, your operational processes, maybe ask yourself this. What's one small tweak you could make today? Maybe it's auditing a data schema like we discussed, or standardizing a campaign workflow, or even just asking a more fundamental question about how your tools truly connect to your business goals. What's one thing that could drive significant efficiency or better data quality? Let that thought spark your next move, and make sure to subscribe so you don't miss our next deep dive.